Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's that time again when the CraftyGamer takes onto the virtual roads of ETS2 and tries his damnedest to deliver something on time. So, our last episode took us to Grimsby, which is the place where we're going to start the next run off from. So, we've got the job market and quick job, and we shall try and find a job that is from Grimsby. Now, I don't want to do much of the European stuff. There's a lovely one there. £60,000 of fertiliser. Well, 19 tons of fertiliser. But it's going all the way up to bloody Poland. Yeah. Right. We will do long runs. Don't get me wrong. We will do them. But we're not going to do them just yet. So, we've got Stockholm. Linköping. Linköping? I can't pronounce that. Is it Linköping? No idea. I think it's in Sweden, isn't it? Is it Sweden? Yeah, it is in Sweden. No, we're not going to do that one either. Bottled water. 24 tons of bottled water. Kessel? No. I want to do another UK one. Let's do another UK. Is there a UK one here? Cambridge. And we haven't been there. 23 tons of lemonades. Or, for the rest of us in the population, lemonade. So yeah, from Grimsby to Cambridge for the measly sum of £5,600. So yeah, we'll take that one. Looks like a DAF XF we're going to be driving as well. So don't think we've had one of those on the channel just yet. I have been driving a few of those outside of the videos. So I actually was quite impressed by the DAF XF. No idea why, but I was. And this one looks like it's got a sat nav, I do believe. Let's just check that's all set. Yes, we've got a sat nav. How good. First time. So we'll get that turned on. Okay, just checking the track IR works. So we don't need that. And now we're going to be relying on trying to read a very small sat nav. Right, okay, so we shall have headlights because it's a night driving. We shall have the hazard lights on as usual. And just get myself in a nice comfortable position, which I think that's nearly what it is. And we'll get along on our way. With our, what was it, 23 tons of lemonades. I think that would... Are we leaving the same place that we actually... Are we in a... Yeah, we came out... We went into Trado, didn't we? Or whatever you pronounce them. That's our last delivery we was actually brought in, the cars. So, yeah, you know, game actually keeps that in its memory. Let's not try and annoy the police car. You're going to, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, and then you move. Typical. Let's not have an argument with the police. You'll never win it. I know they serve a purpose. I'm trying to argue with the AI on ETS2. Not a good idea. Plus side of this truck is we actually do have a sat nav, which is the first for the series so far. The downside is that the sat nav in the truck is slightly less resolution, or certainly smaller than the sat nav I would normally be using had there not been a sat nav inside the truck. So yeah, now I'm really having to concentrate on trying to speak trying to drive properly, or as close to being properly as I possibly can, and trying to pay attention to a sat-nav. And I know the road out of Grimsby is quite a winding road. Probably alright if you're in a sports car, but in a lorry with 23 tons of lemonades, yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. I will be glad when I get back out onto the motorway. Here goes the AI overtaken again, right next to a corner. They can do what they like, just don't crash into me, please. You see all these petrol stations passing by, and you're probably wondering, those that don't play ETS2 or don't know too much about it, probably wondering why, you know, are they actually functioning petrol stations? Well, yes, they are. I won't need them, or I shouldn't do. Certainly won't need them on this small delivery. But if you take a delivery, a quick delivery, the unit that's provided for you has enough diesel inside it to make sure that you can actually deliver the cargo. However, if you was driving your own unit, you would have to provide the diesel, which obviously is an expense for your company. And these things are, well, it costs quite a lot to actually fill the damn things up, especially if the tank was nearly empty. I mean, I have a fairly uneconomic car in real life, and it costs me just shy of about £80 to fill the tank up, and that's a diesel, and that's not even touching the sides of a tank on one of these things. They are just immense sized tanks. These lorries just go on and on and on, but you know, when it does come to finally filling the damn thing up, it's extremely expensive. Which we will find out about when I finally do buy this new unit. Ooh, that was definitely the wrong gear. Trouble with all these units is, and the different companies, is they all have different gearboxes, and when I finally buy my own unit, I will have a gearbox that I want to put in it, and I will be driving that lorry for a long time, and I will get used to the gearbox. I will get used to how it moves, how it runs, and what gear to be in certain circumstances, shall we say. This is a little bit different, because I'm always driving a different unit, and it's not just a case of last time I was driving a Volvo and now I'm driving a DAF. It's the fact of the game also changes the gearboxes that are inside these things. I hate this corner with a passion. I really do. It's a really odd place signpost. I just missed a signpost, and the trailer's following me. That's always a good sign. Very narrow exit for the motorway here, or run onto the motorway. I can get out in front of you. AI traffic. So don't drive like this in real life, but yeah, you know, it is a game after all. I know somebody who's going to be shaking their head watching this, but and dare say they'll be shaking their head watching quite a few of my episodes, but you know, it's all for fun. You might be wondering just where I got my fascination of lorries from. I don't have a lorry driving license, but I actually work for a day job in a company that deals with offloading of lorries. Now, I'm not going to name the company because I dare say they don't want to be named. But my day job is to offload, you know, deliveries like these. You know, quite a varied collection of units and deliveries that turn up. Most of our fleet comprises Volvos. There is a couple of, well, there's a few Scanias on there coming from different depots. And yeah, my job is to offload these lorries. There's my beloved Scania again. I've been doing this now for more nigh on 15 years now. So I've been around lorries for a long time. And yeah, you know, a job's a job and all that, but I do like, you know, I marshal lorries round a yard. Like I say, I offload lorries, I load them back up again with reverse logistics, things of that nature. Stuff that we can't do in the game, unfortunately. It'd be nice if there was. But add a fork truck simulator to the truck simulator and we'll be well away. But yeah, that's where I got my, I think I got my taste for lorries from. Can't quite get the right gear here. 11th gear seems to be quite high, and 12th gear is quite gutless when it comes up to the hills. But then I don't know, like I say, what this lorry's been spec'd out like, what gearbox is actually installed in this, or what engine's even in it. Is it 23 tons we're carrying? It's quite heavy. It's not the heaviest thing in the ETS2 inventory of cargoes. Crumbs, that's tight. Gonna have to straddle the lines here, just to be on the safe side. Downside to using the truck's sat-nav is I don't know how far I've got left. I know it wasn't far. Grimsby to Cambridge in the game is not that far. But I don't know, it's just, it gives me the route. So, am I going to have enough time to overtake said lorry if I actually want to overtake it? I don't know. I can't change the options on that sat-nav. Oh, and here comes the rain, lovely. Once again, my Roccat scenery, I keep saying scenery, the Roccat software on my iPad allowing me to put the wipers on without actually touching any of the buttons in my truck, or on the truck sim itself. don't want to get too close to the back end of this lorry up ahead, obviously judging from the conditions. Just going to hop into the outside lane here. I'm just not sure whether that left-hand lane is going to disappear. And it was, yeah. I was in the wrong lane there. You actually look on the sat-nav, there was a yellow road and a red line. Obviously the red line is where I need to be going. And there's green arrows on that red line. And most of the arrows just face forward. You can actually see some arrows coming up now, I'm just going over them now, that tell me which lane to be in. So it's telling me to take the left-hand lane. And that'll be because my turn-off is coming up. So that was a new addition. That wasn't in the first game, or the first versions of the games. Something very useful, I must admit. The times I've gotten lost, missed a turning, end up miles out the way. Yeah, it happens. Always happens on Truck Sim. If you can do it in real, you can do it in a Truck Sim. Looks like it's going to be quite a sharp turn to get off the motorway here. This could be quite interesting. It was quite an interesting turn to get onto the motorway. Why should it be any difficult to get off? Or any different? Take this nice and steady. 23 tons of cargo will push this lorry forward. Oh, that's first. That's very nice. Once again, those arrows there showing me that I need to be in the left-hand lane. And Cambridge is fast approaching. So what have I driven so far on these episodes? Well, I've driven a Scania, I've driven a Volvo, and now I've driven a DAF. Obviously, the Scania has to be at the top. Probably the wrong style of Scania for me, but yeah, it's at the top of the list. The Volvo, the last one I drove in the last episode, very, very nice truck. Had a very, very light delivery. Where does this DAF sit? It sits at the bottom, really does. Must admit, I'm not really a fan of the DAFs. I kind of like the way they look. This one has been a pain in the buttocks, it really has. It'll be a pain in the head if I hit the back end of that bloody trailer. Would I buy a DAF? I might do. Yeah, I might spec it out for the uber heavy transports that we can carry. But at the moment, no, my heart's kind of set on the old Scania. Don't know where these cars are going. I mean, that one's not even got its indicators on. So our drop-off point looks like it's turning right on the traffic lights, and it should be just around the corner. He says so, full of confidence. I can't see what the lights are doing now. Typical. I put the parking brake on and the lights change. So here it is, Transinet. That's our drop-off for the 23 tons of lemonades, as the description had. I'm going to go back with the let's play it safe. It's always parking it over there. That's fine with me. Turn the hazard lights on. Let's get rid of the parking brake. And let's see how manoeuvrable this DAF is. It does feel like a heavier unit. Someone's very kindly parked a transit van in my way, so that's going to make things a little bit more interesting. Probably going to have to do another shunt at this. That'll do me. I'm in the box. Just don't need the wipers now. Headlights are off. Hazards are off. If that transit van was parked anywhere else, just up there would have done nicely, but no, right in front of me. That's what the issue was. And I'm sticking to it. So anyway, let's see what the customer thinks of our delivery. Excellent. Spanking. 141 miles covered, 3 hours 47 of in-game time, and yeah, £5,500. Not really that much to play around with, but yeah. So that gives us a grand total now, £224,000. I think it's time we went out and bought ourselves a new unit. So stay tuned for the next episode where I will be buying my own unit. What am I going to come up with? Probably be a Scania like the one we see here. However, I'm thinking different colours. I'm thinking lights all over it. You'd have to tune back, find that episode, and see what I come up with. I guarantee you it will not be aesthetically good looking. Anyway, I'm the CraftyGamer. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in an episode very, very soon.